here at the Swiss Gamerz Channel, and I'm gonna be doing something different today, as we're gonna be doing the Outer Worlds recording platform. So this is not a live stream, so please comment on the link below, and yeah, comment on this video, and don't forget to click the notification button so you can be up to date with the Swiss Gamerz Channel's videos onwards. Alright, let's begin. It has been a while since I played this game, so it might be a bit rusty.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hope to be left at the edge of the colony. Sound is just too much.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Well, these are real people. I forgot about this. It's been a long time since I played this game, so I forgot about the story itself. How are we gonna do this? So strength, average, good. Should I be a powerhouse? I think I should be a powerhouse.
You could survive on the surface of Tartarus, briefly.
I'd rather be good on dexterity FX, melee attack, and reload times. Like I want to be stat good on, like, good at least have a type of charm.
I'll have to use smaller words around you. Slippery fingers. You'll need to be careful handling those chemicals. I bet you could slip into all sorts of hard-to-reach places.
Melee weapon attack range. Yeah, that's only like...
Nerve damage in your extremities. Excellent cellular integrity, not likely to liquefy.
Okay, I think I'm gonna increase rather than...
It says here that you solved mathematical problems just for fun.
I think I'm just gonna do it like this. I don't want to improve weapons though. And then sneak and lock. Because you can't do much stealth in this game. From the bits of stuff that I remember, I could increase perception rather than strength. Again, yeah. Well, I think I'll go with this. We'll be here way too long if. No, I don't want to improve that. That's already good at itself. So these are stuff that we can attribute, huh?
I hear Monarch's in need of more game hunters.
There's a hand critical damage. I think I want to improve this.
A crack shot. Capital.
So I can improve that, then probably lie.
You could make a vicar doubt the law. You're better off without an indenturement contract.
Should I be female or male? Can I be both? Probably be a male. Or be like that. Oh, randomize. God, that looks horrible. What is that? Oh man. There we go. Let's go with that. Oh goodness. Wait.
You're better off without an indenturement contract.
That's good. Yo, what happened? Did I get stuck? Can't name my character? Enter your character's name. It's bizarre on its own. Can't name my character? Why is it doing this? Oh, something must be bugged with the PlayStation. Something. You can enter text on PC. You can turn this on settings, keyboard. Okay, guess. Riley. Be red. Yeah, that's good. Red. I mean, that's the color. Melee, very high, blah blah blah. There's a summary of what we can accept. Okay, so that wasn't hard.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
I don't know where we're going though. Seems Terra 2 orbiting towards your Halcyon system.
Status: structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down.
Shit.
Wow, that's a bummer.
there you are, wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Wow. I can see that the graphics here are really, really good. Can't say about Fallout 76 though. So just a summary. So the game was made by these guys that were once on the Fallout team. What made the Fallout, not all Fallout series, but like Fallout New Vegas. They were the ones that like made Fallout very famous and
Can you hear
a very
me?
good game.
Is this thing working?
Never played before.
Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Where did I? How did I?
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it.
Okay,
oh well,
so
no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
So this is Hawthorne. Okay.
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
I have to relearn the controls again because I've been playing other games that are not first person. So sprint, jump, and crouch. Okay, we got somebody who's not having. Okay, can't even use his armor. Would be nice. Sneaking, restore grass. Oh yo, oh yeah. I need to sneak from those. I don't have my weapons. Okay, yep. Okay, I'm pretty much around here.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
I have superpowers? Ow! I'm gonna use that Arduino. What a waste. Just could have avoided that.
Hey, you! Come here.
What is it?
You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
Sure.
Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Spacer's choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead, I'm contractually obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun.
Yeah.
Got some spare ammo,
Give me
not
your
counting the
gun
bullet in my
and
side.
your ammo before.
Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All
Nice.
Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
I'm off. What's this? I'm gonna make you starve to death. I think it's this, no? Okay, so I can have the saber kit. Anything? I think this is something. These are something. Okay. Food, supplies. You only had these? Maybe we would have wars. Hatred. Your soldier for spacer choice.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
Tactical time dilation. Hibernation complications detected. Due to complications stemming from revive after an extended hibernation, your brain processes time differently. Pressing the tactical time dilation, or TTD, button slows down the world, giving you time to think, as well as take action. You have a limited time in this mode. Standing still drains your TTD meter very slowly, while moving attacks drain it faster. The TTD meter refreshes slowly over time. Tactical time dilation. So I just have to press R1. Okay, that's nice. Hey. Hey. Hey now. Come on. Told you to stop. I don't need that saber thing. I'll probably sell it off. Load up. And dodge. Okay. So I can do specific. Crud. I don't think I have enough. I don't know if it's magpie, whatever that is. Magpick. Magnetic pick. Nope. Oh, okay. Now I have enough. I have enough for later, but hey. First, chest to unlock. Telescoping staff. Is that more powerful than my other weapons? It is a weapon, considering. What effect it will have? Not a clue. Wait, you didn't notice that? I was just slashing your friend right there. I need to empty out his friend a bit so I can get some ammo and stuff like that. There it is. Grab everything. I like the grab looting system here, rather than The Witcher. Because in The Witcher, you have to press the specific person you want to mug, and then press triangle, which I often confuse with punching. And surprise! Crud. Where's the firing at? Can't see. Moving so slow. One hard game. Where's the ship? Alright.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed!
Okay. Lady.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators.
Wow, it's not like I didn't
Call
notice
on
that.
that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Of course I am. I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it? Just you watch. I'll cross these marauders off with a swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Okay, let's go. Oh my. Mine. I just have to sell this off for credits. Candy be made. Alright.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Okay.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities.
Okay.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel.
Okay.
Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Dude, this really looks like Cyberpunk already.
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this
You're gonna
information.
be so
Thank you
rude
for
in
your
this
patience
game.
and for your honesty.
Wow.
I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
I'm not.
I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead.
No, that's
Welcome
not
back,
what I
Captain
mean.
Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience. I understand. You are going undercover with an alias. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? It is difficult for me to do so. I am programmed to accept commands from Captain Alex Hawthorne, after all. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Now complete your management training, skill improvements. Every time you level up, you earn skill points to spend on improving your skills. Spending a skill point on a core skill merely improves all of the specialized skills in that group up to a maximum of 50. After 50, you can add points directly to specialized skills up to 100. Every skill improves as it grows, but special unlock bonuses occur every 20 points. Read each skill description to see what they are. Armor, consumables, status effects can temporarily raise and lower your skills. Or hurts. Skill checks. And the skills passive bonuses but won't give or take away. Skill unlocks, work diligently, improve yourself, and you too can achieve middle management. Okay. Yeah, you've been promoted, level up. Congratulations, you have gained enough experience to go up a level. Once your character ledger to advance your character, leveling up increases your health points, gives you points to upgrade your skills, as well as gives you access to a new perk every other level. Keep leveling and you'll be upper management material in no time. Okay. There's a lot of text in this game. Yeah. I want to improve this, like from the get-go. I don't want to improve this. I have like 6 points available. Engineering, science, aspiration, defense, block. I can't block. Forgot about that. It's like L or something. Or just R2. I need to check that out. Go back. I think that's good. Let's apply that. Okay, so hitting enemies in different locations during time dilation, TTD, maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Okay. How to use the block thing? I need to check on settings. Controls. I need to control, like, control scheme. Button layout. How to block though? Ah, dang it! I knew it. Okay, so aim and block. I think I can only do that with a specific weapon. Probably the melee ones. So, alright.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report. exactly, Holcomb, are you when you're progressing?
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Come home?
Good law, no. I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb. but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
You gain a companion. There are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. Unlock this.
Hey, ma'am?
Ma'am? Am I female? Okay, fine. I'll just... Who are you, Barbie? Yeah? Go ahead. Where are you? Yes, authority.
Can we talk?
Whoa, whoa. Where did you come from?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Sure, it all comes together seamless in his own head. And I reckon he means well, for all that. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, ma'am. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
So weird. I don't have anything to say about this. Fix your thermal plant. Cut off the upgrade deserter thing.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What the heck? So, what do you advise, man?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Oh, okay.
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Okay, so by holding the attack button, you'll charge up an overhead power attack that inflicts significant extra damage. Doing this charge up during the standard attack will prepare a strong sweep attack that can hit multiple enemies in front of you, and it's hard to avoid. Yeah, but like, I'm also slow as well. It's not like I can charge attack. Yep. I think that's fine. Do that. Oh boy. I think that's it. Anything else? Opa. Lompa, lompa. There's trouble here. It is doom. Journal first. Let's read the manual. Try to find that journal first. So while in the game, you get these chances to get companions, and I think this is one of them, This is one of the quests to get the specific companion. Or maybe another one, I don't know. It's a companion quest, so must mean that I must get a companion or something. I think we'll get the book, then go back. End up somewhere really far.
When I was little, we'd get...
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller. Unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
BM. What is? Okay, now this is strange. I'm supposed to have a weapon here. According to a workshop. Where are these weapons? I have no clue. Like, I don't have the level for them, or what? Yeah, that's strange. Yeah. Ah, that's her weapon. Ah, that's Bavardi's weapon. That's why. Nope, I cannot. Killing so bad I can never pick it.
Aw, he ain't no threat. Bet I could fix him up smart. I'm going! Sure. Everyone all right?
Yo, you right there?
Get ready! Did your quest.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer. A weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts.
How do I find that, man?
Cantina, lavatory. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Blocking, leaping, and using tactical time dilation are the best ways to avoid. Yeah. Okay, so now I remember. We're in a place called Halcyon. Yeah, and in Halcyon, it's pretty much a corporate world here. As you can see from the various discussions that we've had.
Got my sights on you.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
You're not a big drinker, are you?
The part that said we...
Okay. Getting sent an invite from Gorilla, but I cannot answer him back because I'm recording. Fortunately, I need to return back to Rubik. One guy has
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
so difficult? Way too much. It's way too much. They have like sharp shooting, like. How to attack that? Look at this guy blocking my face. Get out of my way. Yeah, whatever. I know how to do this. Change the gameplay, can I? Settings, gameplay. Oh, I can. Oh yeah, I think I need to go back to this. Save. It's way too hard, and there's no point. You don't gain anything from making it a lot harder. Die and die and die until I actually do something. I think this is what arises. This is where a problem arises in this game. Gameplay wise. Except for the VAT. I prefer the VAT thing over this. But I am mine.
Got it. Inside voices.
find I must agree. Canada, fine. I must disagree with your theories about the Earth's directorate spell. No control of the English language. Let me repeat that. Clement, I find I must disagree with your theories about the Earth's directorate's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the Horde and the new frontier they've opened for us, I believe Halcyon and all the other colonies in the realm of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war amongst themselves trying to regulate trade and settle disputes. Do you think the corporations would accept the mandate inclusion of an Earth minister if they had a choice in the matter? Of course, I never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, where the real adventure and independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found out here among the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about that exclusion. Earth's cover the skip drive was not what gave the Earth director power over operations. I caused the Great War and left them in a weakened state, and the skip drive was simply the extra leverage the directorate needed to get power. Don't get any of that. Earth's directorate, I think, yeah. I think those are like commands from look at this. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. get some money? Nice cartridge. This. I need more magnetics. I don't need to sleep.
Here we go! Got him! That's the last of them! That was quick.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
You talk to me. You? You talk to me? Huh? Huh? About that rifle of yours, can you give me that?
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Explains why you're still yammering on at me. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Could do without the gallows humor.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
the stream. Hope you enjoyed Outer Worlds. Being here in Halcyon. And I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, push on the notification bell, and remember, stay frosty. Red John out here at the Swiss Gamerz Channel. Adios.